Welcome back to Morning Love. Now, the tragic story of Oedipus is being presented by the Wits School of the Arts in a riveting theatrical production directed by Sir Roberts. The plot evokes notions that probe into matters concerning the nature of government conduct and the calibre leadership in the place and the responsibility that is undertaken by those bodies. Well, joining us to tell us more about the production, we're joined by Kamini, Soobben and Geddes. Guys, welcome to Morning Live. Okay, what is Oedipus? What is it about?
What is it about?
I read that intro, I'm like, what is it about?
It's a Greek tragedy.
Yeah.
So it's actually it's an ancient Greek text written by Sophocles. So it's about 2,500 years old.
Yeah.
It's old, but obviously it's a more contemporary English translation of that. And I mean, a lot of people know about kind of the Oedipus complex and stuff. And so it's the story about a man who gets given an oracle that he's going to kill his father and marry his mother.
Yeah.
So to avoid that, that oracle gets told to his dad. So his dad puts their next born child out on the mountain to die, but the guy who's been sent to do that doesn't do his job properly. So Oedipus ends up somewhere else being adopted by other parents. And when he hears that oracle, he thinks that it's those parents that he's going to sort of kill and do crazy things with. So he runs away, and in running away, he kind of gets tangled up with his real parents. And so this is sort of the story of how that unravels, how he discovers, learns this truth, and how he deals with that as leader of the city that his father was leader of.
Kamini, what's your role in there?
I'm a designer, so I've worked with two other designers, Cami and Catherine, with costume, set and lighting design. So what we've done is, instead of putting on a play, a traditional Greek play, we've used specific materials and we've manipulated them, used them in different ways. It's a very minimalist set.
Yeah.
We've got one piece of furniture, which is a box on stage.
Yeah.
Everything else, we're using a lot of shadows to depict what happened in the past. So yeah.
Why the decision to use shadows, though?
A lot of the script in Oedipus revolves around light.
Right.
Oedipus speaks a lot about it. The oracle is being shown as a light. So I think shadow for this play was a crucial part of telling the story.
What are the major themes in Oedipus?
I think it's difficult to get very specific, but I think integrity is one of them.
Yeah.
And definitely the biggest question, I think, in the play is what makes a good leader, and what gives someone the right to lead, and what are those responsibilities. And then also questions around knowledge and truth. Yeah. Oedipus, for most of the play, is completely ignorant of kind of the cultural taboo that he's involved in. And there are all sorts of characters that he encounters that say, well, this is the truth, and only through gaining knowledge from the people that know can he find those things out. So I think those are really the important thing.
Kamini, what was the best part of being able to set dress such a classic?
The best part?
Yeah.
I think because we're working a lot with actors, so it's not designers working by themselves and actors working by themselves. There's a big sense of collaboration. So for this production, we've worked a lot with the actors, working with the actor's body, working with the space. Yeah. So the best part was the collaboration between the actors and the designers.
And seeing it
come together,
Yeah. For you, I mean, what is the relevance does the play have in current modern day political spectrum in South Africa?
Well, I suppose the obvious one is that we're having elections this week, and it's dealing with leadership. And I think there's also a very interesting thing that the director Sir Roberts spoke about, that it's also dealing with leadership and the family. And I think that's quite an interesting thing in a South African context. Not family in the literal sense, but I think we've got quite a rich heritage of people coming together. So I think that's also that definitely what makes it relevant. And it's a story about people. Yeah. And that's always relevant.
All right.
So.
Guys, thank you so much for talking to us. It feels like it was so short. Kamini Soobben, she is the set dresser for Oedipus, and Daniel Geddes is speaking to us. He's one of the actors in Oedipus, speaking to us about Oedipus, which opens at the Wits Amphitheatre on the 8th of May. I think that's on Thursday at 19:30. Well, that's 7:30. Let's say good morning to Alaska.